Kunle, one day your stomach will rebel.
Segun, live a little now. Life is too short to eat in only fancy places. Besides, I have the stomach of a lion.
Lion stomach or not, don't say I didn't warn you.
In the bustling heart of Lagos, where the aroma of jollof rice mixed with the ever-present scent of diesel, Kunle had a problem. Not a small problem, a big one. Kunle, a young man with an insatiable appetite and a knack for finding hidden gems, was known among his friends as the food adventurer. He prided himself on trying every roadside buka, mama put, and fancy eatery he could find.
Kunle, one day your stomach will rebel.
Segun, live a little now. Life is too short to eat in only fancy places. Besides, I have the stomach of a lion.
Lion stomach or not, don't say I didn't warn you.
The very next weekend, Kunle stumbled upon what he thought was his greatest discovery yet. Tucked in a quiet corner of the busy Oshodi market was a tiny, nondescript restaurant called Mama Shaggy's Kitchen. The handwritten signboard hung precariously, and the smell of freshly fried meat wafted through the air like a siren's call. Kunle's eyes lit up. "This is it, the real deal," he said to himself as he pushed through the rickety door. Inside the place was packed. Market women, Okada riders, and even a man in a suit was devouring plates of steaming amala and ewedu as though their lives depended on it. The sight made Kunle's mouth water. "Hello, my paddy." Mama Shaggy herself greeted him with a wide smile. She was a stout woman with a gap-toothed grin and a wrapper tied firmly around her waist. "You look like a man who can eat well. What will you take?" Kunle grinned. "Give me everything." "Everything?" Mama Shaggy raised her eyebrow. "Oya, sit down. You go like this place." Kunle was soon presented with a plate that could have fed an entire family. A mountain of rice, a river of stew, and a continent of assorted meats. Shaki, pomo, goat meat, and a piece of fish so big it could have been a former Nollywood actor.
This is what I'm talking about.
Diving in without gusto. He barely noticed the suspicious glances from other customers as he devoured the food. It wasn't until he was halfway through his plate that things took a turn. He bit into a particularly tough piece of meat and frowned.
This meat is strong,
But Kunle was not one to waste food. He chewed harder, like a man trying to prove a point. "Bros," whispered the man at the next table, leaning closer. "That meat no be normal meat o." Kunle paused mid-chew, his eyes narrowing.
What do you mean?
The man glanced around nervously before lowering his voice. "Last time I come here, I hear say them dey use..." He hesitated, then whispered, "Cat." "Cat?" Kunle choked, spitting out the half-chewed meat. The man nodded gravely. "And sometimes snake. One time I see tail for my soup." Kunle's stomach flipped. He looked down at his plate. Was that Shaki really Shaki? Or was it something else entirely? His eyes darted to the stew. Was that a fish bone or something sinister? Just then, Mama Shaggy approached, her smile as wide as ever. "Ah, my friend, you don't finish everything. You go like second round?" Kunle shook his head violently. No, I'm fine. Thank you." He threw some crumpled naira notes on the table and bolted out of the restaurant, nearly knocking over a tray of steaming puff-puff on his way out. Outside, Kunle leaned against a wall, panting. His stomach was already starting to gurgle ominously. "Segun warned me," he muttered. "I should have listened." But Kunle's audio was far from over. Unbeknownst to him, Mama Shaggy had a reputation, not just for her questionable meat sources, but also for her unique stew recipe, which included a pepper blend that could light a fire in anyone's belly. Within minutes, Kunle's stomach began to churn in ways that defied biology. Oluwa, not here, he gasped, clutching his midsection. He scanned the area desperately for a restroom. But Oshodi was not known for its abundance of sanitary facilities. He stumbled into a nearby pharmacy, sweating profusely. "Help me, I beg," he pleaded with the pharmacist. The woman behind the counter didn't even flinch. "Mama Shaggy's food?" she asked knowingly. Kunle nodded weakly. "Second shelf on your left. Buy the big bottle of antacid," she said, pointing. As Kunle chugged the antacid like it was cold pure water on a hot day, he swore to himself, "Never again. Never again will I eat in just any restaurant." But even as he made this solemn vow, a part of him couldn't help wondering, was that really cat meat? Or was it just really tough goat? And why, despite everything, was he still thinking about the stew? Kunle staggered out of the pharmacy, clutching his stomach and the nearly empty bottle of antacid. He needed to get home, fast. But home was still a bus ride away, and the nearest Danfo stop felt like it was on the other side of Lagos. His stomach gurgled again, louder this time, like thunder announcing an imminent storm. "Oluwa, not like this," Kunle whispered, glancing around for salvation. He spotted a small church nearby, Holy Redeemer Ministry of Fire and Miracles, the sign read. Desperate, he stumbled through the gates, hoping to find a restroom or at least some divine intervention. The church was empty except for an elderly caretaker sweeping the floor. "Papa, please, where is the toilet?" Kunle asked urgently, sweat pouring down his face. The man looked up slowly, leaned on his broom and said, "Toilet? The one behind the church is not working, but there is bush at the back." Kunle didn't even wait for further explanation. He darted out the back door, found the nearest bush, and let nature take its course. As he crouched there, he reflected on his life choices. Was this how his food adventuring career would end? Squatting behind a church, questioning whether his last meal had been cat or goat. After what felt like an eternity, Kunle emerged from the bushes, weak but alive. He made his way home, swearing under his breath with each step. By the time he arrived, Shegun was lounging on the couch, munching on chin-chin. "Ah, Kunle, how far? You look like you fought with a lion," Shegun joked, noticing Kunle's disheveled state. Kunle dropped onto the couch with a groan. "Shegun, you were right. You told me, but I didn't listen." Shegun sat up, suddenly interested. "What happened? Where did you go this time?" Kunle waved a hand weakly. "Some place called Mama Shaggy's kitchen." "Worst decision of my life. Bro, I don't even know what I ate. Someone said it might be cat or snake." Shegun burst out laughing, nearly choking on his chin-chin. "Kunle, you see your life. All this your food adventuring, it will soon send you to the hospital." Kunle nodded solemnly. "Never again. From now on, I'm only eating at home. If it's not from my mother's pot or a trusted restaurant, count me out." But Shegun wasn't done. Wait, cat you say? "Kunle, what if you now have cat-like powers? Try and climb that table, let's see." Kunle threw a pillow at him. "You're mad. It's not funny." The two of them laughed, though Kunle's laugh was interrupted by another ominous rumble from his stomach. He groaned and stood up. "Abeg, where is the nearest bathroom?" As Kunle rushed off, Shegun shook his head, still laughing. This guy will never learn. And though Kunle swore he would stick to safe, trusted meals from then on, the next time someone whispered about a hidden game of Ebuka in another part of Lagos, his ears perked up, because deep down, Kunle knew, once a food adventurer, always a food adventurer.